Hello folks, today we're going to be playing Nubla for the Platinum Trophy, and I'm just going to go step by step through the game, teach you how to get each one. In the top left hand corner of the screen I'm going to put up the trophy icon with the name of the trophy, so that you know which trophy you're supposed to receive at which point during the walkthrough. And there are a few versions of Nubla. You may have a different version from me. Right away we've got a trophy that popped in, Whispers in the Dark, which is what you receive for starting the first chapter of the game. First thing I want to cover is that there are different versions, and you may look at my version of the game and think, that's not my version, this is unusual. And don't worry that there's different versions of the game, because it's the same playthrough and you will receive the same trophies, and you can follow this step by step in the same way, really. There's just minor differences to the environment. I think only one trophy from other versions of the game has a different name, but I'll point out to you. And I think one of the objects has moved, but only by a few inches on the screen. So where I pick up the object, the one in which I'm referring to is an object called the moon. On your version of the game, maybe the moon might be a few inches away from where I pick it up, so it won't be too difficult. So first thing we've got to do is, when you come into this room, you might want to just pause this video and stop me from talking for a while, because you have to do this puzzle, which is simple enough. You will listen to the sounds that are made by these colourful spheres, and there'll be a pattern which you have to repeat, and then just type in the pattern, match it, and it will unlock the lighting for this room and light it up. So go right ahead and pause me just now and go ahead and solve this puzzle. Alright, that's us done with this room. And now we can leave. That's the light switched on. And now we're going to follow this boy. This is our teal deer. This is our character who has a unique ability among all the little children. He is able to teleport. And we're going to use that special little gift of his a couple of times. Now we've got a new trophy, Bring Us the Light. That's for starting a new chapter. His abilities are going to allow us to collect one hidden item, and it's going to allow us to shortcut through an area quite soon. All we're going to do just now is going to slide this object across the ground to move around this room. You may be playing another version of the game where you're pushing around a cargo crate, I think. I can't remember. I have the other version, but you're pushing around something completely different. First thing I want to do is pick up this card, and that's the 9 of Spades trophy. Then we're going to pick up this candlestick. These are mementos, all these items. And we're going to follow the Figment of Imagination, which is the spinning white creature. And we're going to give the candle to the painting, and the painting is going to drop another memento. We'll follow the Figment of Imagination again, and he will take us to each painting that we need to go to deposit the memento, and we will continue to receive. I went a bit ahead of myself there. It was actually the L I was supposed to go to, but I went a bit ahead, and I went a bit ahead again. That's what happens when you know where you're going sometimes. And give the necklace to this duck lady. Get some flowers. Going to follow the Figment of Imagination again. And deposit these flowers to the next location. If you want to speed up the slow walking pace, you can jump and just repeatedly jump. It just speeds it up a little bit, makes it less frustrating. And I got a horn, I think. There we go. That's a horn, and that's for the horse, which will turn into a unicorn. And our little figment of imagination is down there waiting for us. They got a pomegranate, and we're going to deposit that at the beach and get ourselves a key, which will allow us to leave this room, and that's us solve the puzzles. So that was easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now we can go. Just going to drag this box back over, just up to this door here, and then you open the door. Easy enough. So first thing, we want to pick up this hat, and you may see some different items in this room from what you see on my screen. Don't worry about that. That's just a different version of the game. Don't panic. Some things will appear different. It may be boxes, if I remember correctly. Don't worry about the boxes. When you come over here, you want to walk up to this edge and jump at this window, and down will fall a lady's hat, and you'll get a trophy popped in, a lady's hat. If you miss it, don't worry about it. You'll get another chance to grab it. Over here, we're going to take the lockpick off of the Greyhound, and we're going to come back across to this box. Don't worry about that door, that has nothing to do with anything. And you're going to push this box away, and this will take you back up. Now when you're up here, this is your other chance, if you missed the first time, to grab that lady's hat. You would just jump up there, and first thing you're going to do is you're going to walk over to this padlock, and you're going to use the pick lock to unlock the door. Then you can come back here and pick up this hat. Now we did that just because you can only pick up one item at a time, so it's just more convenient. And we will give the hat to, I suppose, is he a pilgrim? I'm not sure what he's supposed to be. Maybe it's a pilgrim. We're going to come up this elevator, and we're going to grab this helmet. And this is a nice little shortcut we're going to use. We're just going to hold square, and it's going to teleport us through this wall. And we can give the helmet to the stag in armor. And this will unlock the door that allows us to exit this room. So we're going to just jump down here. You don't take any fall damage. There's no death. So you can just jump straight down, unless the elevator stops you, like it did to me. You can come through this door, which would have been closed otherwise. And when you're in this garden, you're going to find a constellation. You can bunny hop like I'm doing if you want to speed up. We're going to collect 3 of those altogether. And then we are going to follow Teal Deer again, the teal-haired boy. Teal Deer as in he is the shortest character route through the game, and you will read the least to get through it. Teal Deer with the teal hair. Then you're going to jump through this portrait window. Get another trophy, the Woods of Vanished Faces, which is essentially a woods made of stone with faces of creatures that had forgotten who they are. So the faces of the Forgotten Woods. Now you're going to drag this rock up here to this moon object, and you're going to jump up, and you're going to try and hit that moon. Now your moon in your version of the game may be at a different place, but it will be in these woods. So just keep an eye out for the moon. And as you saw, the trophy called Moon popped in. So make sure you get your Moon. That's one of the collectibles you need. You want to jump up here. And this memento will drop. And you'll get the Summer Cloud Trophy. Then you want to jump up here. And you're going to get another memento. Jump up here, slide down. And then we'll pop a book. For Stories Told trophy. Okay. Then next you want to come all the way over here to this mirror. And you're going to start putting in pieces of mirror into the frame. There's 5 in total, that's 2 so far. And there's one down here. A little figment of imagination was pointing out the position of it. And you can put that in. If your piece does not go in, don't worry about that. It's not a glitch. It's an unusual delay. I have no idea what causes it. It happens to a lot of people. But you will be able to put it into the frame. You just have to put in other pieces first. Not entirely sure why that's the case, but it happens to a lot of people, so don't panic. Don't worry about it. Just go collect the other pieces. Then you want to come back, put in the 4th piece. We're almost done. And the last piece is quite a far way away. So I'm going to grab that. You want to keep bunny hopping. That just speeds things up. Unfortunately, this game does move slowly. And if you have an older version of the game, it's even slower. I did have the original version as well, and the character's movement was just so slow. I was getting really bored. It takes a long time. Bunny hopping helps. Having a lot of trouble jumping up on this rock. And there's the last piece. And finally we can go back and fix the mirror. Nice big Illuminati eyeball over there. Illuminati confirmed. Jump on this rock. Job done. Easy peasy. And come all the way back to the mirror. You can do it, son. You got it. There we go. Just going to walk up to this figment of imagination, tap for the dialogue, and then pick up this mirror. And then we're going to go down to where the beam of light is shining and deposit the mirror here and push up. Push up on your D-pad. And that will allow you to exit this area. Okay, that was easy enough. Now we're going to teleport, push square, and you appear on the other side of these steps. And walk over here to where there should be another memento, and in will pop another trophy called Tree. So you need that, and you can only get that with the Teal Deer character. You can't get it with the other kids. So this is why we go this kid. And now we've got a very simple puzzle to do. It's not too hard. It tells a little bit of a story. There's Nubla, the elephant, sending all the little children into the woods, and there's constellations above him and a house, a flying house above him as he falls asleep. Now in the corners you can place corner markers, these right angles. As you can see, it's one right angle, and here's a second right angle, and a third, and a fourth. And you'll use these as markers to figure out where the rest of the pieces go. Now you want to get the feet done first. So there's both of Nubla's feet. Then you want to put in Nubla's head. And then you want to put in Nubla's hump. That's that part done. And then you want to get in the constellations and the house. So up above, you want to get the house. To the side of them is the constellations that you want to put in place, and they are going to overlap so that they connect that way, which will make it easier to distinguish which plate goes where, like that, like so. And that's that one. And the bottom one has a line, a straight line, so you'll be able to identify that quite easily. And there's our second constellation that we pick up. We'll get another one soon. We collect these 3 constellations to get to the last chapter of the game. So we're going to follow Teal'dir again down the corridor of paintings that seem to be appearing on blank canvases. Part of the storyline is that the paintings that appear are us remembering the story of Nubla. There's a trophy that popped in as well. You'll get a trophy for each new chapter. This one is the Blue City. All the trophies you get are trophies for new chapters and collectibles, and for finishing the game. You actually get 2 trophies for finishing the game, which includes the platinum as the second one. I'm going to bunny hop through this city. It's quite lengthy. Don't pick up that yet. Just push down on your D-pad and crawl through here, and you will find a new collectible, and it will pop in the trophy Abandoned Glove. Okay, so then pick up this object, which is a lock piece, a lock mechanism, and place it into this frame. Now we're going to collect 4 pieces altogether. That was the first. And we're going to go back into the Blue City to go into certain houses, which will be highlighted with the white frame. So as we pass this one, there'll be a white frame, and you just push up. So when you come in here, you just follow the figment of imagination to this hat and push the hat with R1 and pick up this key. And from here you can just unlock that window. Now what you want to do here is jump onto this orange bag, and this rain cloud, what do you call these? Nimbus? Is that what they call them? Nimbus cloud. Fills up the room with water, and you want to jump up onto this cabinet, and you get the trophy Forgotten Valley. Then you just want to jump up and grab that lock part, and you'll leave the room. Just does it automatically. Then you want to come back to the lock frame. Best bunny hop. It's nice and fast. Makes it easier. First time I ever played this game, I walked everywhere and it took forever. So I put that in there. Job done. Got to get an R2. And we're going to look for another house with a white frame around the door. Got a couple more puzzles to do. Not this house. Here we go. Push up into here. And you're going to jump up onto this box and just knock that down. And then you're going to push this box, which makes your human character pick up that object. Now you're linked to that human character, so it appears inside your inventory. And you are going to go back to the frame and push this back inside. There we go. Quite a lengthy story to have to explain, so I might not. What is best to do is, if you play this game and read everything, you'll understand why this city became desolate. Has everything to do with Nubla falling asleep. So next puzzle we have is quite simple. You can just follow every step that I take. I hit that one, then this one, then this one, and then the largest one. And then I go to the dove and hit that one. And then the bar shape, I'm not quite sure what that bar shape is, but that will unlock that puzzle. Our figment of imagination looks like a little alien, an alien ghost. It's strange. And then we're going to take this last part of the lock to the frame. so that we can finally unlock the door. So come up here and put it inside, and I've numbered these for you of which order you want to push these in. And it was a bit finicky for me to get to the right one. Pushing up and down doesn't always seem to work. You have to mix it up with left and right in your toggle. Put in one first, then put in two, and so on and so on. Simple enough. See much I have to finick around just to get the right part selected. Not quite sure why it's such a tedious thing. And then we're going to drop the hammer on number 4. And we've unlocked it, so we can just push up. Okay, this is a puzzle that requires a little bit of an explanation in depth. You have 3 little circular puzzles that you need to click in the right order. The one that I've put 1 next to is the first one you're going to hit. It also is the number of times I want you to hit it. Once. The second one is the second one I want you to hit, and I also want you to hit it 2 times. And the third one in the middle, that's the third one I want you to hit, and I also want you to hit it 3 times. So first one you hit once, second one you hit twice, and third one you hit 3 times. If you make a mistake, don't worry, don't panic. You don't need to restart, just push circle once and rewind the move that you made, and then just follow my instructions. It'll be easy enough, so don't panic about that. It's a pretty annoying little puzzle actually if you don't know what you're doing. I remember the first time I did it and it annoyed me. So we got ourselves the final constellation, which means we can go to Nubla as the little boy speeds off ahead of us. We've almost filled up this entire museum with paintings, which is good, because that's our goal. Nubla is an elephant that never forgets, but when he fell asleep, he did forget, which is the twist. And there's our trophy Nubla, because we're about to meet Nubla, and we want to wake him up. First things first though, jump up here, and a memento will appear, and pick that up. And you get the blue horse trophy, very important. And we're going to come over here to where Nubla is slumbering. Now that we have the 3 constellations, we're going to fix this puzzle. Now to fix this puzzle, it's actually really simple. Right in the center, there's a circle. I'm going to just mark it with a face. And this circle does not move. And there are several circle rings around it. These are stellar rings. So that face is the center. And you want to move the second ring so it lines up with the angle. Okay, see how it just lines up like that? Now when you've got it lined up perfectly, move to the next ring and just rotate it until you line these lines up together. Get some good symmetry going on. Next ring, revolve that until you line these up. Really, really simple. Really simple stuff. Just revolve, line up the lines. Easy enough. And then the last ring. And there you go, you've got your constellations all lined up. Which wakes up Nubla. And the figment of imagination is taking on the alien form again, which is a coincidence with this being in space at this part with the constellations. You're not actually in space, of course. And we're going to teleport out of this room. This is just part of the story. If you read into this, if you play this game properly and read the dialogue, you'll understand why you leave that room, because it's only temporary and you come back. It's just so that the guide that you're with, the teal deer, can narrate some more of the story to you, just to explain the story of Nubla and why Nubla fell asleep and why he sent these children to come get you, to remind them of their existence, etc. So you get a trophy as soon as you arrive, either New Heights or the Ascent. Now, When I say either, do not panic, okay? Don't worry about it. It's the same trophy, okay? But in some versions it's got a different name. So you might get a trophy called New Heights or The Ascent, but it's the same trophy, okay? Don't expect both, just one. And it's the same one, okay? So don't panic. Don't worry. I added both names so that nobody would panic. It would be a nightmare to think, oh god, I see 2 trophies and I haven't got 2 trophies. No, it's just one. When you enter, you get the Alpine Hill trophy as well. And when you pick up this object, you get the Love Letter trophy. So that's 3 trophies in a row. Come over here, pick up this candle, and drop this candle in front of this mirror. And the reflection of the candle is a lit candle, so it lights your candle. Put the candle here in front of this boat, this paper boat, and you see a shadow of a ship. Hit the ship with your head. You jump on a table, jump up, hit the ship, which knocks down this paintbrush. And you get a paintbrush memento. Go and speak to Teal Deer over here. And Teal Deer in the Figment of Imagination will lead you to some more dialogue for the story if you're interested. And then you will walk down to the other side of the museum. And you see you've stenciled in a lot of the imagery. You've remembered a lot about the world. And you have completed the mission of the children themselves. Those children at the start of the game were sent by Nubla the elephant to remember everything. And you are like their avatar. You go on the adventure with them, etc. Figure out all the things that need to be figured out, solving the puzzles. It is actually an interesting story. It's quite in depth. There is a dark side to the story that I've not wanted to spoil for you. I don't see the point in spoiling it. Just play the game. It'll take you less than an hour to go through all of the dialogue, and you'll see what I mean by the dark side. You'll see why the city has been destroyed and why people have forgotten who they are. It's quite interesting, actually. So do all that part for yourself, because I don't want to spoil that. Next thing you want to do is pick up this paper ship, and you get a trophy, The End. Now it's not quite the end. There's 2 more trophies to get. And what you want to do is just wait until the cutscene begins, which is this cutscene here. Now, you don't get the last 2 trophies until you end these credits. The credits have to end first. And I'm speeding up this process by holding the right stick. If you hold the right stick on your controller and push it to the right, you actually speed up how fast this moves. Okay? And this means you don't need to sit here for an hour 20 minutes, because it takes a long time to go through these credits to get to the end. When you finally arrive at the end, you'll get 2 trophies. Memento Nubla and the Platinum trophy that's just called Platinum. And that's the end.